Well, good afternoon. It's Saturday and it's August 14th, and we're still in 2021. And I woke up reasonably happy today, or at least I'm trying to stay in a happy frame of mind because being outside on the outside of being fractious or irritated or having meltdowns are just not good for my consciousness. So I really didn't even know if I was going to do a podcast today because I was minding my own business. I thought when I finished yesterday I was good because I did three. I said, "Oh well, that was great." But then I got up and I started turning on this internet, and parents, come on, citizens, come on, your children or your child, they're only special to you. However, comma, once they leave your house, different criteria, different accountabilities must be respected. Now, I don't know where we're going to go with this vaccine, except sooner or later, everybody's rent's coming due. And we are going to have to begin to protect each other and at least demonstrate to our children how to get into trouble, how to manage the trouble, how to create a plan after the managing and the thought, implement, review, rework, evaluate, start again. Same thing, guys. We got up this morning. Thank you, Jesus. I'm able to speak with you all today on a Saturday, August 14th. I was fortunate enough to be given another 400 seconds to play with, to be productive. And if I'm struggling with my purpose, okay, but at least I know I have one. And right now, it might not be clear, but can I just get up every day and do something, some more ramblings of this old woman? And I'm old. And so I'm asking you, parents that have children that need to go to school, that need to go to daycare, come on. Let's protect our children. Let's protect ourselves. The worst germs in the world are the ones that are around children. And I'm sorry, if you have not been fortunate enough to work around children, and I mean more than 12 or more than 6, between the ages of 3 to 7, these are sights to behold. And these are just germ makers because they're trying to learn how to regulate their bodies, but they pick up and explore everything. Now, come on, parents. Come on now. Come on. Let's just try to protect our children because sooner or later they are going to have to interact with other people. And in order to be successful at doing that, they have to have had some practice. And that's what schools are for. Teachable moments. Now, this pandemic, this virus is making us, we have to collectively, for the good of ourselves and our children, think a new thought. If you don't want your child to wear a mask, then find a school that has your ideology. If there are no schools that share your ideology, then you will need to shift your ideology. But putting your physical hands on me? Come on, stop it. Putting your physical hands on me at school board meetings, at city council meetings, in federal state building meet? Come on, what is wrong with you? Your anger is only good at your house. And you're either processing your anger through the walls of your house or whomever else is in your house with you, where you're rehearsing what's bugging you. Or hell, do what I do. Get up and talk it out. Share it with someone. Hopefully, someday someone is going to be listening to what I'm trying to say. And the bottom line is, oh my goodness, we're going to have to stop it. We're acting worse than 2-year-olds. We don't want to believe 2 and 2 is 4. We don't want to be cooperative in terms of protecting the health of everybody. You only want all the money? Mm. And which Denzel was coming down with a whole total different vein until I watched you parents put your hands on teachers and superintendents. You have no right to do that. You have no right to put your hands on no one outside of yourself. And you know that. You know it. Hell, I'm 75. And I was taught a long time ago, don't hit nobody. Keep your hands off other people. So what gives you the right to think it's okay? And then, so it takes me all the way back, to my white nationalist and my segregationalist, and my Mitch McConnell and my Lindsey Graham and uh, mm, my 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 Newt Gingrich and my Paul Ryan, all you nasty motherfuckers. Just nasty, just mean. How can you continue to get up every day creating chaos for the most of us? Oh, anyhow, while I'm happy, because I understand that it takes work to be happy, it's easy to go down this rabbit hole of, come on, guys. It's easy for me to ask you to take a look at all this minutia that you're putting out here right now. Please stop it. Mm. And unfortunately, I got up this morning And I had to get Isabel Wilkerson's Caste book again. I had to remind myself, as I've said the last couple of days, I know for sure that there is no nice racism. And when you did this thing in 1776, it was with the sole purpose of making sure that the black person would never have success. And so I had to pull Girl's book called Caste and just look at the principle. And there's only one Newt and Paul and Mitch and Lindsay and Ted and frankly Ted Cruz. You can't even get there because your ass ain't white. You know what I'm saying? You're an advocate for white folk, but you ain't white, brother. You're not pure white. You don't meet the standards of this white nationalist and the segregational. You don't really meet their standards. But the only thing since 1776 that you made work for you was the color thing, black and white. And you wanted to make sure that white was dominant, that it was successful, that it was strangling, that it was devastating, that it choked the living shit out of anybody that was not white. And then you go, oh, but, everybody is not like that. And you're right. They're, hmm. You know the one, you know those of you that are blessed, that are able to have a broad consciousness, but you're in such a minority because, quite frankly, you don't run shit. You talk about shit. You talk about how stuff should work, but as long as you use your white as a passport to getting done most of what you need to get done in your life, then you don't really understand my struggle. You can always talk about your victories, but you don't understand our struggles. And unfortunately, white women, you're struggling right now. You know, you're struggling. You're getting caught up in bullshit. And the only thing that we women need to do is come together and decide that we are going to work to improve the material conditions for all people, and that black women and white women and poor women and brown women and women across the board who have not met with success and are vulnerable, that we overcome, that we become successful. Because when I go to see my husband in his skilled care facility, let me just say, if you thought it was just black people that were poor, that were homeless, that were begging for money, you're so wrong. It might not be DeSantis. It might not be Graham. It might not be Trump. It might not be Paul Ryan. It might not be Newt Gingrich, but trust me, there are millions of them now on the streets that are just as hungry as I am, that are just as unwashed as I am, that are having to endure through pain and suffering and a total waste of white privilege. So when you decide to collectively join those of us that are talking about protecting and respecting and paying, when you understand, baby, it's a collective union thing. I'm not talking about union as in union. I'm talking about it's a united thing. We are going to have to come together. If you do not want to do it on the vaccine and kids going to school, you're going to have to deal with climate. You're going to have to deal with criminals. You're going to have to deal with infrastructure. You're going to have to deal with homelessness. You have to deal with people that don't have health. Oh my God. Those of you in power, you need to start creating some avenues now where the least of us can have an opportunity to access this thing called the system. But now, parents, come on now. And citizens, come on now. But more so, parents, come on. Let's set so much better. Uh, mm, mm, Let us become better role models for our children. We can't stay this angry. My God, it's not serving us any good. We can't be angry all the time about everything all the time. It, mm-mm. We are going to have to find simplicity, inhale, exhale, breathe, put one foot in front of the other, and keep it moving. Do you know how many 86,400 seconds I've had to endure to get to 75? And I have been blessed where I am just seeing people on the TV that are angry. But I watch you when I'm riding with my kids. You're angry drivers. You're angry communicators on your phone. Come on, turn it off. Slow down. I won't say find Jesus, but I will say find your purpose, whatever it is. Become a master at your own craft. Whatever your craft is, become a master of it. And then begin to share. And then begin to claim your narrative. Tell your story. Stand in your truth and own your shit. Because sooner or later, everybody's rent comes due. So keep your hands off my principals and my superintendents and my teachers. Keep your hands off of me. Because, see, now you're going to catch me. Mm. You come after me, I'm going to have to come back. Or I'm tired. I am tired of you coming after me. Because one thing I have realized over the last 75 years, is that every time I got up, I woke up unapologetically black. And I couldn't twinkle my nose and make my color be any different. And to the extent that I understand this, I know you motherfuckers that have been claiming white privilege understand that. And you understand that there is black and white and brown and other people of color. And when you put all of my numbers together, there are more of me than there are of you. So come on now. Let's start figuring out how to demonstrate to our children how to be safe, how to be healthy, how to smile, how to be less angry. Come on now. It's way too much anger out here. Way too much. And I'm just one old black woman that's saying it's just way too much anger. Chill. Slow down. Rethink some things. But your children, they're only good for you. Wives and husbands, only good for you. But once you leave your house, you have to now integrate, become a part of. And unfortunately, we all just did not wake up white. White people, I don't know what to tell you. But I do know this. You're going to have to rethink your inhumanity because it's worn thin. I'm tired. And I've been quiet a long time. Super long. Didn't want to correct. Didn't want to say, well, let's look at it another way. Didn't want to say, but this is not helping me or nobody in my apartment complex. It's just all good for you where you live. And only for the people that you know. It never trickled down to me. Same thing with this infrastructure. It needs to get down to people like me. So the material conditions in my life, in our lives, will improve. This is a charge to keep you people in power have. You are to secure the efficient, effective functionings of our economy and the defense for all people. Ugh, these 331 million people in what right now is the United States of America. And we all have a voice. And so now people like me way, way, way down here. Oh, way down here. I'm so way down you've never heard of me before. And I represent nobody But the other people that are 75 that you never heard of, but are sick and tired of this bullshit. I'm asking everybody now. Let's just take it. Let's just take a chill pill. Take this anger down a couple of notches because it's not fair. Human kindness works. Positive energy works. Being kind works. Saying thank you works. Saying please works. Now, come on. Let's reevaluate how we're using this language, because in our anger, you're giving our children not a positive look. And they're going to have a hard time managing their emotions and their deviant behavior and their uncontrolled mental illnesses. We have got to do better with our children. They deserve better. Come on, man. Shit. Stop it. And women, since they won't stop it, then we must take it and make it work for everybody. And women, you know what I mean. You know it's time. You know, we kind of like I'm taking my shot. Let's just stand together and take our shots and say, and what man has the right to come to a school board meeting and put their hands on a who? What? Have you lost your mind? You don't run me like that. You don't. So stop it. Damn. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. And I'm sorry you wake up white. Cause you're a little sick. You're twisted. You're sick of this shit. There's no way to work your way out of racism. There's no silver lining with racism. And unfortunately, white ain't right. There are more colors out here than white. You will never be able to protect your future white children, because your children now are interacting with individuals in their environment that are people of color. I don't know how you don't get it. Oh my God. And I say all the time, really, I'm still really still dealing with Plessy versus Ferguson. And I know I try not to curse that time. I'm not 3/5 anything. Gee whiz. And then all the other bills that have just worked negatively in my life. Come on, man. Don't you know we're tired? Oh my God, it's exhausting. But you young people gotta love you. 'Cause one thing for sure, you're not taking this shit. not the way it is currently configured. And if I can just get we women together to make it happen for good, it'll be all right. Mm, mm. Let me end my Saturday with Richard Smallwood. Hold on, don't let go. James Cleveland's Breathe on Me. Richard Smallwood, Thank You. Dallas Fort Worth Mass Choir, Another Chance. Aretha Franklin, Never Gonna Break My Faith. Oh, I'm just asking that we inhale, exhale, and let's just begin to demonstrate so much more positive and let's just take this anger down a notch. Let's just try to chill. Yours in liberty,